What's up, dude and dudettes? Ladies and germs, I'm Sinister Pro, and I'd like to welcome y'all to my first series. I survived the arc so you can thrive. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Beginner's tips, tricks, all the way on through. I'm hoping to go through the island all the way through Extinction and into Genesis when it launches as well. So without further ado, let's kick it off, get it started here with some server settings. Running max difficulty, level 1, let's see here, nothing crazy, XP multipliers, pretty much leave all that alone because it's harvesting amount I do have turned up to 3. The taming speed is sitting at 6. I'm playing a solo game just because, well, let's be honest, with official server settings, like, be kind of hard to consistently turn out content on official server settings. But yeah, harvesting damage, all that stuff is normal. I have admin logging allowed, but I probably won't use it. The crosshairs allowed. We're not going to run hardcore mode. I may do a series with hardcore mode, but to be honest, this game kicks my rear end most of the time. PvE mode is just on, just because it is at this point. You want show map player location. That's going to be useful, especially for newer players, because it's easy to get turned around. I'll show you how to pin tags, pin specific areas on the map, on console, because actually, believe it or not, there's not too many videos on there, and it's about little tips and tricks like that make life a little easier living on the Ark. Alright, so we're running max difficulty, and disable structure placement collision. Trust me, that stuff irritates me on official all the time, so that's definitely off. And allow unlimited respecs. Playing a solo game, allowing unlimited respecs is a necessity. There's a thing called mind wipe tonics in the game. Okay, there's so many engrams spread across all 4 different maps. Alright, it's insane. You kind of have to have that active as far as solo play goes, or you'll run out of engram points. It's almost a given. You want, in my case, PvE timers. Don't worry about those. Not allowing cave flyers in cave building. That's not going to be an acceptable thing. Alright, it just ain't gonna happen. No prevention, disabled dino decay. Alright, so really the only other thing that's kind of jacked up for obvious reasons is the maturation times. First off, the poop interval, the leg egg interval, they're the same. I don't touch those. Alright, I feel that that's completely unfair because it'll just allow you to make a crap ton of kibble too early. Alright, I do have the mating interval turned down as low as it can go, just because even with that at 0.1 of a 10 or 1/100th of a percent, alright, it's still got dino. The larger the dino, the longer the imprint, or the longer the mating interval. Like, for some reason, I like breeding pteranodons. Alright, so even they still have like a 20-minute timer of that setting. The egg hatch speed, this one's where I cheat the system a little bit. That is set extremely high. The mature speed is also set pretty high. However, if you're going to run these settings, the cuddle imprint multiplier, the baby mature speed, and the hatch speed, these are flinger foo settings. There's been some changes to Ark. I have to really get in here and make sure this whole system's going to work. But we'll deal with that as time goes on. The grace period is the same, all that stuff is the same. Day cycles, I leave all this stuff, this day cycles and night cycles, alone because I messed with it, and it between that and like the Turkey Trail event that just got over, I'm actually restarting this series because my game bugged and it wasn't allowing certain dinosaurs to respawn in. Like, there was just certain spawns. I had like a permanent Dodo Rex spawn that I couldn't get rid of, so it was kind of not good. I just put it that way. The whole, like, it messed up the whole series, so I'm officially restarting it. Crop growth speed, this, that, and the other thing, all left at 1. I kind of want this to be comparable to official servers in some ways, in most ways. Alright, yeah, we're leaving all this set to 1. We're not giving ourselves anything, any advantages as far as tames goes, or extra stats for ourselves. Experience multipliers, yep, stays in the same. Max shares and tribe, alright. Allow custom recipes. This is important. Alright, this is gonna, further on down the road, we're gonna create ourselves a custom recipe for food and water consumption, possibly for stamina as well. I'd have to do some experimentation and this and that kind of thing, but I'll probably make a video on that. Alright, raid dinos, crafting, supply crate qualities. Okay. I'm probably not going to increase this, but if I'm struggling to find decent blueprints, I may increase that just to help make things a little easier. Custom recipes. Show floating damage text. Okay, I don't know why Wildcard will not activate this on an official server, on official servers, but they don't. So floating damage text is on, just so we're all on the same page with that. I personally like it. I think it's a good thing. Alright, man. Without further ado, let's kick this game off. Alright, welcome to the first screen you're going to see when you spawn in. Alright, this is going to allow character creation, customizability. Actually, there's just huge amounts of customization in this game for what it does. Here is how you save. You can choose male and female, obviously. Alright, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you can save a preset, load a preset. Alright, randomize, and reset to default. So I got a preset loaded up, so I'm going to load one up here, I think. And for some reason, my presets got deleted. Download Survivor, character lists. Yep, it's looking like my preset got deleted somehow. So I'm gonna get a character going here and I'll bring you back when I get that done. Alright everybody, I think I got something that'll work here. I messed around with some settings like neck stuff. I kinda like, personally, I think the Survivor's a little too beefy in my personal opinion, so I just backed down the size, made them more realistic. In my mind, I mean, I look at this guy, and aside from his head size, which I'm kind of leaving in there for comedic relief, personally, makes me laugh. Alright, little body, big head, you know, kind of thing. Alright, I think it just makes the character a little bit more realistic, that's all. Alright, so over here on the right side where you see the yellow where it's highlighted, okay, this is the spawn region. As you click on the different regions, it's going to pick a region. I personally, for solo play, like South Zone 1, because there's a rock face that I love to build on. Like, most series you'll see, they'll go through and, like, change build location to be closer to resources and stuff. Like, quite frankly, I'm probably going to build in one location and just build a massive base right in the center of all this, because I personally just like that rock face. I do. But, okay, so as you see, South Zone 1, easy. Zone 2 and Zone 3, easy. Okay. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, you'll see as I start to increase in difficulty, alright, or as I go up, it says medium, and then easy, medium, hard. So, oh, didn't mean to do that, whoops. Alright, so basically the general rule of thumb is as you move north on the map, okay, the harder things get. Alright, unless you want to die a lot and get eaten by dire wolves, mammoths, daeodons, okay, probably gigas, and freeze to death. That's another thing. Alright, that's the Arctic biome up there. Yeah. Highly recommended to not spawn in these areas here, especially just starting out. You're just gonna get owned. It is what it is. But generally, the general rule of thumb, the further north you move on the map, the harder the areas are gonna become. Alright? So, like I said, I'm gonna pick South Zone 1 because I literally love this rock face, and I'll show you once I get in there and get over the basics and stuff like that. Alright? So, create new survivor. Boom. And we are gonna load into the game. Alright. Awesome. Alright. This scene is awesome. I love this scene. I really do. Okay, so first things first, alright, you're gonna wake up on this beach. Do it through quick 360. You're looking for anything that may look predatorous, like Dilophosaurus, raptors, anything like that. Okay, so let's open up our inventory. You can do that by circle. I'm gonna chuck those two things because I really don't need them right now. Alright, so circle opens your inventory. To flip over to the crafting screen, this is where the game really doesn't explain too much to you. You can either physically cursor over to go into crafting, or in this case, the shortcut is R1. It will flip the screen. So, miscellaneous we're not worried about right now. I'm actually going to disable folder view right now because it's not that important because we only have 2 engrams at this point. Okay, so priority number 1, alright, is the pick, because that'll allow us to harvest stone more effectively and flint to create the torch, and then ultimately the hatchet, which we'll unlock here in a minute. Okay, so that's taken care of. Here you have your armor place. We'll craft our first set of armor here shortly. Here, as you can see right underneath the legs, it says XP. As the game progresses, alright, you're going to passively gain XP. You'll obviously gain XP by doing things as simple as picking up a rock, crafting something, killing a dino. If you're playing PvP, you can get XP from killing another survivor. A bunch of things. Okay. Alright, so it's your basic RPG kind of style thing. About the only things that I feel that I really need to touch on that aren't self-explanatory as to what they do is crafting skill and fortitude. Okay, crafting skill is something that we're not going to passively level as we're playing through the game. Remember when I was talking about allowing unlimited respecs? Okay. Crafting skill does not affect anything crafted from your inventory through the loot drops and things of that nature. Okay, you're going to acquire blueprints for weapons, armor, things of those natures, hitting up loot drops at specific levels. All right. When you acquire those blueprints that aren't in your inventory, you have to actually pull them into your inventory. You can affect weapon durability and weapon damage, or armor durability, hyper and hypothermic readings, this, that, and the other thing, alright, with crafting skill. But it's something you completely respect for. It's also, you can also, like I talked about, creating custom recipes to affect certain stats, that kind of thing. Alright, crafting skill plays into that too. Alright, so fortitude. That's going to be your resistance to elemental damage. Not elemental, but the elements. Okay, hot, cold. So basically, it also helps your torpidity, which is, as you can see, right now my torpidity is 0 of 200. Okay, you cannot increase torpidity as a stat. It is set at 200. How you affect torpidity is through fortitude. The more fortitude you have, the better. Or the more fortitude, the more resistant you're going to be to creatures that may inflict torpidity, or basically a poison that's going to put you to sleep. And we got our first level just by standing here. How about that? Alright, now, with Arc, we really, I really don't level into water, food, oxygen, or stamina. Okay? Those are kind of, in my opinion, wasted stats. I don't level into melee damage either, because it's one of those deals where, after you start unlocking weapons in the game, the likelihood that you're going to be hitting something, stabbing it, whatever, probably not going, it's going to fall off real fast, and without a respec, you're stuck with those points. Alright, so movement speed, I'd put a couple of levels into this, but I don't personally see it as being that big of an importance as far as a PvE player, because Raptors run at 112% movement speed, alright? You want to be at like 112.5, alright, to outrun them. But honestly, once you reach level 9, you'll unlock the Bola. Okay, you get attacked by a Raptor. If you've got enough health to withstand getting hit, alright, and knocked down and munched on for a couple minutes, you know, like chewing on your face and your whole butt cheeks kind of thing, alright, you can bowl them and you can run away. The bowl will hold them for, I want to say, about 30 seconds. I'm not exactly sure how long it is. And that'll give you time to run away, where the Raptor may, in the midst of chasing and catching back up to you, aggro on something else. Trust me, they've got a serious case of squirrel syndrome. Alright, so, biggest thing though, in how I always level my character, for probably the first 10-15 levels, they're gonna all go into weight. Alright, because things are just heavy in Arc. The more weight you can carry, the easier it's going to be, because you are going to have to carry a lot of stuff. You're going to be crafting, raw materials. Things just weigh a lot in Arc. So, and then after that, we'll probably start putting a little bit into health. We might get that up to 150, so we're a little bit more tanky. And then I'll start working on fortitude. I usually like to stay somewhere in the range of 30 to 40 points of fortitude, just to help get around and not have to use an otter, which basically will help you get, or will provide you with those points in fortitude without actually having to stat them. I personally, they're cute and all, but I personally just would rather not walk around with a shoulder pad getting that, like, not my thing. Alright, without further ado, we're going to kick into some weight, and we're going to start crafting some stuff. Alright, so, oh yeah, this is the engrams page, okay? Anytime you level up, it's going to instantly throw you over here. So, priorities here. 9 points, you're only going to be able to pick up 1. Alright, heck with a campfire right away. So we're going to go stone hatchet, and we're probably going to pick up the spear, just because it's good for crafting points. Okay, so let's talk about this. Alright, so what do we need for that hatchet that we want? Alright, so we need 1 stone, 10 thatch, 1 wood. Okay, so how do we get stone without a pick or something to smack a giant rock? Well, literally, you walk up to the beach, you hit triangle, which is the action button on console, alright? Or for at least PS4, what I'm playing on. So we're going to pick up a couple stones here. Alright. So we picked up 15 stones. See what or we have 18 stones. You see what I mean? Alright. That weighs 9 pounds. Alright. That's crazy. Think about it when you're crafting structures and stuff like that. Crap weighs a lot in this game. That's why weight's so important. Alright, so we got ourselves more than enough stones. Now, how do we get thatch and wood, you say, without a hatchet or a pick or anything to hit stuff with? Well, you literally walk up to a tree, hit R2, and punch the doggone thing. Alright, be careful, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna cause damage, but we should have what we need. Yep. Alright, craft that up. You can craft by hitting R2 over the image that's highlighted, you know, or you can hit triangle. I'll explain that little bit of inventory here in a minute when I do my next craft. I should have totally done that there, but I spaced and forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're just going to click X over this. Alright, there's a couple of ways you can do this. If you open your inventory and hit R2, okay, it's going to put it in your hands, like so. However, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you've got the D-pad controls, then you can hit L1 and access additional map buttons for square, triangle, circle, X, left and right on the D-pad. Alright, this is your hotbar, so let's open our inventory back up. It says that we have this equipped right now, but we're going to hit X, so it's going to highlight it, and you see you can either cursor down, okay, or you can double click X and it will automatically place it in your hotbar. Alright, so now we can just hit the left directional button to bring stuff up. Alright, so we got that crafted. What's a hatchet take? Alright, flint, thatch, and wood. Alright, we got the wood. Alright, so flint's also part of the torch with stone. Alright, so to get flint, you're just gonna walk up, rack a rock, smack a rock. That metal that I just acquired. Alright, another level. Alright, this is going right into weight. Okay, now that we got that, let's see here. Don't really need to worry about a campfire yet, so we're gonna start picking up clothes. Start picking up our first armor set here. Okay, so we got the flint that we need. We need thatch. Okay, so here's where things get a little funky with Ark as far as harvesting goes. Alright. If you want thatch from a tree, okay, you are going to want to use a pick. Picks, alright, pickaxes, they get more thatch. Okay, hatchets, get more wood. Okay, in a sense, I guess that makes sense. However, if you watch, alright, when it comes to rock, stone, okay, hatchets will get you more, picks will get you more flint. Alright, now we'll pull out the hatchet. It's gonna get you basically 90% stone. Alright, like, totally 90% stone. Alright, I'm almost encumbered with this crap. Time to craft up some stuff. So, now, I'll craft us up a torch. And what are we missing for the spear? Fiber. Alright, now I'm going to move that down to the hotbar in a specific location that I like it. Alright. Fiber. Okay. Got another level up here. Alright. Back into weight. Alright, we really haven't done much running, but if you look over into the right here, alright, the little arrow going up with the plus, that's your XP. Alright, the anvil underneath it, that's your current weight, where you're at as far as your maximum weight. The droplets, your water. The hunk of ham, like straight up hunk of ham, alright, that's your food. The lightning bolt's your stamina, the cross is your health. Okay? Now, say I wanted to take a drink of water to refill my water. I just walk out into the water, hit triangle. Alright, just hit triangle anytime you need it. Need that, alright? And as far as food goes, alright, at the beginning of the game, until you start killing stuff, alright, which you actually do kind of get into that kind of early, alright, it's awesome. I apologize if you can hear my kids in the background, I'm a stepfather to 4 awesome kids. However, they are being little terrors today. I apologize for that. There's not much I can do about it. Right now, because honestly, they're down there with their mama, and I don't want to go down and yell at them, because that makes me feel like a Nazi, and I don't like feeling like a Nazi. I'd rather be the cool dad, you know? Alright, that's besides the point. Alright, so, to harvest bushes, berries, fiber, alright? The epicness that is hand harvesting. My God, it gets old. You pray very early on that something comes to save you from the monotony of hand farming fiber. But this is how you gotta do it at the beginning of the game. You just walk up to a bush and hold triangle. Alright? Now we're gonna farm up a crap ton of these, because we need some fiber for our spear. We also need it for our first set of armor. Start crafting up our armor. Okay. As far as this goes, now we're going to talk Tinto berries, alright? Tinto berries, Amberries, Azleberries, and Mejos, okay? Saving Mejos isn't exactly that important, but when we do our first herbivore tames, okay, because we don't have any kibble, we don't have any sweet veggie cakes, Mejo berries are going to be the best way to tame any basically any herbivore out there, except for maybe like an Equus, which is Ark's version of a horse. So it's basically going to be the best way, but Equus is like carrots, which we'll get into farming. Okay, narco berries, stem berries. Alright, narco berries combined with spoiled meat will create you narcotic. And we'll go into a whole deal. It's a great way to generate XP. Save the narco berries. Do not eat them. They will knock your ass out. Alright? Excuse the language. I'm gonna try to avoid that. But seriously, they're like a mule kick, man. 7.5 torpor for every berry you eat. You accidentally eat these things when they're in your inventory. Alright? And you're not paying attention. You're just auto-eating. Yeah, you'll fall asleep quick and crap. Okay, stem berries. Now, these are going to affect your stamina, alright? They're going to give you stamina regen, but they will cause you to lose a significant amount of water doing that. But you can also use these to make stimulant, which is similar to, it's just the exact opposite of narcotics. Say you're about to pass out from a creature that provides torpor, okay? First thing you do, alright, if you've got stimulant on you, or even stem berries, okay, you just eat 10 of those, alright, it'll start driving down your torpor. It's just gonna make you really thirsty. Good to have around. Okay, so, seeds. Alright, you can toss them out, because you're pretty much gonna get them whenever you basically pick berries, alright? So, I'm just gonna, you can eat these as well, they're food. Alright, now another thing. Tinto berries, I don't know exactly how much health they restore, but eating in general will restore health in the game. But Tinto berries are used in medical brews, which is the, like, accepted healing kind of, or it's the in-game healing recipe. Amberries, they will actually provide you with water as long as you're not out sprinting. If you're like working, you're a little far away from a water source, you can eat a full 100 stack of amberries and not stand around, and it will fill your water up to full. The Azleberries, I'm not exactly sure what their purpose is yet. I'll have to look it up on the wiki or something, what they specifically do. So, we're getting a little on the hungry side, and we'll just down these berries. You can either hit R2 to consume, or you can put them down in your hot bar, okay, and use a hot bar button to do it. Now, you can just hold down R2, but like I said, alright, you're gonna want to pay attention to that stack, because, like, if I was to just hold down R2, it would have auto-ate right into that stack of narco berries, and I'd be sleeping. Alright. I would be like, I'm going to bed. We're gonna eat these Mejos here. Alright. things while I'm in here, now that I have spoils. Everything in the game, alright, that's organic, generally has a spoil timer. Okay, as you can see, spoil time 5 minutes 38 seconds. One of those stimberries is going to spoil in that time frame. Then that spoil timer will start over again with 9 berries. 9 stimberries. Same thing with the narco berries. It's going to be the same thing with the meat. We're going to sit there and do this. We're going to use the spoil timer to our advantage, and I'll explain it here in a little bit. Alright, to get us going on making narco berries. Alright, so we have that. Let's do a thatch foundation, thatch wall, and we got 3 endpoints, so thatch ceiling. Alright, and then next level up, we'll probably grab the thatch door frame, the thatch door, and then move on from there. Alright, so, oh, wrong thing. Alright, let's go over and craft, so we can craft ourselves up. Shirt, pants, let me guess, that takes hide. Okay, that takes hide. Alright, so, and then, seeing as how we got that stuff crafting up, we're gonna get ourselves some clothes on. Okay, now, this is where the little buttons up there at the top left. Okay, as you can see, it says craft 1, R2. This is up at the top, right next to the little symbol that identifies the touchpad to move in between the main menus. Which, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, you can use the touchpad to swap in between these center menus. Alright, the first one's you and your inventory, your Dinos inventory. Second one would be your engrams. The tribe log right here. Anytime you do anything in game, like die, tame an animal, you lose an animal. Alright, or a dinosaur, I should say, or creature. Whoop, oh, creature. Alright, we'll use very general terms. Don't want to offend any long-term ARK players. They can get a little touchy, if you know what I mean. Alright. So, taming order groups. I just figured these out, like, literally, like a week ago. These things are awesome. They're great. I love them. I'm gonna use them forever now. Alright, now that I know what they are. Okay, this last page. Explorer notes, or, as understood in the community, XP boxes. Okay, these are all scattered around the maps. All of the major updates have them. They have their own Genesis. Alright, so you got the island, or you got these 4 types. There's even one for Genesis in here. Alright, I don't think it's currently displaying right now because you gotta see it, or you gotta get them. Alright. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Alright, it's basically all question marks. For sure, it's extinction. Alright, it's not displaying the ones for Genesis right offhand, probably because I haven't accidentally found one. But if you do not have Genesis pre-purchased, which I do not currently, I just managed to finally get all the expansion packs for the currently released systems. Alright, sorry for that odd cut. My one dog decided she was going to come up and, pay a visit. She's not laying on my bed. Alright, Pitbull boxer mix, yeah. Love you, Icy. Alright, so, yeah. I mean, a little bit about me, alright. 4 kids, 2 dogs, and a fiance. Yeah, house is always loud. It's like managing chaos. It's great. I love it. Alright, where was I? Okay, yeah, talking about XP boxes. Alright, Explorer notes is actually what they're called. Okay, now back to the inventory, because I think I was explaining the crafting system when I got sidetracked. Total squirrel syndrome moment. Okay, so, if you look up at the top there next to the symbol that looks like the touchpad on the PS4 controller, I don't know exactly what the mappings are for the Xbox, and we got something walking around me. I better take a look here. Oh, let's try Triceratops. What level are you? 20? Alright, crafting. That's right, crafting. Alright. Stop getting sidetracked. Alright. So, you can craft single with R2. You can also craft, it says square, that will craft 5 if you have more. That will only craft 5 if you have more than 5 available. Triangle will just craft everything we got. So 3, yeah, let's do that. just because it's XP and we want XP. We have to level up. Alright. I'm gonna sit there and move that down to the hotbar right there. Alright. You also generally want a couple of those spears lying around. These things will break at the most inopportune time. And then you're left, whatever you're trying to kill, you are then left with trying to hack with your pick, your hatchet, or your hands. Alright? Not ideal if a dillo wants to munch on your face. Okay? You need to have a couple of these crafted. Alright. Seeing how I am cold, that symbol in the bottom there, the snowflake, that means I am cold. It's not cold enough to be currently taking XP, but if it does get any colder out, alright, and that little snowflake turns to an ice cube, alright, you can actually start losing health. That's where that whole fortitude thing that I was talking about comes in. Alright. Now, that also works with heat. There's two different symbols, alright? There's a big fireball and a little sparky kind of looking fireball, alright? The one is, you're hot, you should probably look for some shelter, alright? Or get in some water to cool off, okay? The big fireball basically does the same thing as the ice cube. You're going to start losing health over time, like a dot, or a damage over time effect, because you are just too hot. It's so hot that it's killing you. That does happen on the island, and you will be alright. Well, now, let's talk about equipping armor and shortcuts for this, okay? Like I said, this is your armor, this is where it all goes. The offhand, that's a shield. You can carry a shield. Hey, that's a trilobite. I'm going to be taking that out, crawling across the screen. They tend to, or they've got good loot for early game. So there are two ways you can go about this. You can click on it. It's going to highlight where it goes. You can hit X, just like moving something to your hotbar. But with these, it's great. You can literally just scroll right over this, hit R2, and it will automatically equip it in the right spot. Okay? Now, I'm going to take out this trilobite. Dodos. Alright? I will locate a dodo once I get a trilobite here. Because this guy's going to provide oil, it could provide silica pearls. He could even give something rare like a black pearl, which is not really useful until late game, but they can be difficult to get. So I'm going to kill this guy, and then we're going to see if we can get that white drop. Stab the trilobite. There we go. Okay, now, just like with the trees, we got another level. Alright, once again, I apologize for that weird cut. Where were we? Alright. Oh yeah, killed that trilobite. Alright, yeah, my wife come up, told me it was dinner time. Alright. I'm generally late for just about everything, but dinner ain't one of those things. Love you, baby. Alright. Only because I know she's probably gonna watch this just to show me a little support. She's amazing. Okay, so when you are hacking up a creature, just like the whole hatchet thing with the hatchet and pick thing with trees, okay, when you are dealing with hacking up a monster, okay, the hatchet will get you more hide than meat, the pick will get you more meat than hide. Alright, so we're gonna hack this up because right now, I'd rather have the chitin than the meat. Alright. Oh, dude, we got 2 black pearls from that trilobite. Awesome. 4 oil. Yeah, see. Alright. The chitin, that's kind of easy to get a hold of. The meat's easy to get a hold of. I mean, silica pearls right now are kind of hard to get a hold of, but they're really not that difficult per se right now. It's not insane. But these black pearls, the only other way that I know to get these is to go kill a Tooth of the Toothless down in the sea. And that ain't easy. That's kind of a end game kind of thing. Alright, okay, so another level. Throw more weight in. Do that, we're gonna do that. And then we'll probably get the shoes and the hat next. Alright, so drops. Alright, we can access this drop because we are level 5. I believe white drops unlock at level 5. Green drops would be the next tier up, which is like 10. Then blue, then yellow, then purple, then red. I believe that's how it goes. Once again, I'd have to check the wiki. Specific levels where they unlock, I'm not sure. But basically, early game, you're going to focus blues and greens, or greens and blues, purples if they drop. The yellows and reds, like, you'll occasionally get a yellow, but, around here, but it doesn't happen too often. Alright, so there's a couple ways we can do this. We can use all these materials. This is a transfer all button. It will instantly pull it all to your inventory, or you can just hit the quick command, which is L1 to take that. Okay, I'm not encumbered. Good. Okay, I kind of thought I was going to be encumbered there. Okay, so oh, that's our level 20 Triceratops. Yeah, we're not going to mess with you yet. You can cause us to have a really bad day. Alright, so. Our inventory's getting full. Alright, we don't need that. Honestly, as much as I don't want to, we're going to toss that. Let's craft up another couple of spears. Alright, so the things with crafting, okay, aside from the thatch, okay, like, aside from the thatch, there isn't really too much that, the raw materials are basically always going to be way more than the finished goods, okay, so what I mean by that, thatch is the only exception. For some reason, completed thatch is extremely heavy. Alright, that comes down to, so you should always sit there and, grab, you should basically just pull stuff into your inventory when you're crafting. Craft what you're going to craft, because once you sit there and craft, it's you generally significantly lighter. However, when it comes to thatch, that's not the case. Oh man, it's another trilobite. Awesome. Cool. Alright, yep, we're gonna hack this guy up again. Hacking up the meaty bits. Chewing him apart. Ripping him apart. 3 black pearls that time. Awesome. Dude, this is great. This is awesome. Okay, so far, I'm kind of surprised. We haven't seen any dodos. The stamina. Oh, when it's raining outside, your water will automatically fill. You can also fill, your, like, water pouches, glass jars, canteens with that. Alright, so, we're not gonna mess with these guys right now. Listenosauruses, they are your, like, we'll specifically get into why these little, cowards here are, like, awesome. They provide a small XP boost to my, dinos or creatures that you're not using. So, we'll get into him here shortly. And, see what I mean? That's like a blue drop back there, that's in the middle of the swamp. We really shouldn't go get to that right now. We, however, seem to be fairly safe over here, except for that Spino that every time I seem to load into this game, he is always there. Alright, so we be looking for dodos, and I'm gonna quit running because I'm killing my food supply. Alright. We haven't unlocked the campfire yet. Dumb me. Alright. Yeah, you should probably unlock the campfire. Dillo! Holy crap. That scared the crap out of me. Alright, so there's a secret. That spit there that he spit at, it is really simple. Alright, you just keep walking backwards, stabbing him with a spear. Oh, see what I mean by those spears just break at the most inopportune times, and when they go to spit, just step off to the side. Alright, there's another spear down. Alright, one's almost dead. Cool. Alright, boom. Spit. And broke again. Alright, so, boom, boom, boom. Come on, die. Yeah! Alright, we took out our first couple Dillos. That is so how I not wanted that to go. Alright, but yeah, we're gonna throw another thing in the weight, grab a campfire now that we're gonna have a bunch of meat. Alright, get ourselves some food because we're hungry. We're gonna eat some berries. At this stage of the game, the hide is more important than the raw meat. Aside for spoiling. So we just got a new level so we can craft a campfire. We're going to craft one of those up because right now we're technically dying of starvation. Alright. Let's see here. Grab this. Plant that down on the ground. Access the inventory. Okay, so when it comes to inventory, I'm going to make this quick because I'm taking damage from starving. Okay, you can use triangle, okay, but you can also use square. It's a substitute button. We don't have any wood currently to throw in here, so I'm going to just throw 100 thatch in. I'm going to throw... we're going to keep that stack out. Throw that 20 stack in. What I just did there. So there are a couple ways you can light up a campfire. You can either click down on here where it says put out because it'll say light, or if you look up at the top right, the shortcut key would be clicking down onto the right thumbstick to make that happen. So this is going to take approximately 30 seconds to cook up. Alright, cool, it's in our inventory. I'm going to eat this so I quit dying. And excuse me, I have to take a drink. Alright, so I quit dying. Once we, alright, so, I think this is going to be the end of the episode. Now that we're cooking up some meat, I'm going to continue to cook this meat up so my character doesn't die. I'm probably going to pass out here on the beach because that's what happens when you don't got a bed to lay on. So, alright. Better grab that piece of meat. Alright, I actually think we can eat it right from the campfire's inventory. Nope, we can't. Alright, so we're just going to grab that. This can also, like anything else, be thrown right down on the hotbar. I'm just going to move it to my general button. So, I'm going to hit L1, alright, and then just tap triangle twice, because that's how many I had in the inventory. Now, the cool thing about this, though, is anytime I pull cooked meat, because that's already slotted into the hot bar, alright, it's going to automatically put a full stack of whatever you've got, whatever you're eating at the current time, whether it's fish meat, jerky, cooked meat, alright? So, yeah, we're going to do that, or it'll do that. Stacks of cooked meat go up to about 30, or up to 30, I should say. Up to 30. Alright, now that we're doing this, or we got this, alright, I will explain this in the next episode as to how to bring the third person up and toggle orbital camera, but, oh, hit the wrong button. Alright, didn't want to toggle HUD either. Jeez, man. Wrong buttons everywhere. Alright, guys. There we go. Alright, there we go. Campfire in the background. Good video ending. Gotta see my face. Gotta see my pretty face. Alright. like, comment, subscribe. Some of the stuff we gone over today, alright? Talked about statting, how to do some basic things in game, crafted our first shirt and pants, alright? I think by the end of next episode, we'll probably have our first set of armor, and then we'll work on getting our first little hut built out of thatch. Alright? So, as I like to say, love, peace, rock and roll, it's all good for the soul. Alright? I love you guys. Thanks for the support, either right now with this video or in the future. Alright? Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.